from all over the place. Now, this being a very, very special night, we actually have a very, very special guest here. And I would now like to, without further ado, introduce Mr. Eamon Andrews.
Well, you know that this week is a huge week in Shay and Sharon's life. Wednesday was an exceptional day, but tonight is even more exceptional. For Shay, Jacinta, Eleanor, Ruane, this is your night. Now, chair, please. I have to say that anybody under 21 will have to leave. I haven't done this in this clubhouse for 35 years. But anyway, here we go. For Shay, Jacinta, Eleanor, this is your life. A wartime baby. Shay wasn't given much chance of a normal survival. But this day, 70 years ago, those same experts who said Shay would be normal stand here proof to be wrong. Shay wasn't always the big strapping lad he is today. In fact, he was such a small baby, his mother shook talcum powder on him and almost crushed him to death. He was so small, he was the only child, had turnips on his underpants. His mother was very worried when he was 11. She thought he had nappy rash. In actual fact, the clicks on his shoes were cutting the arse off him. Shay's handsome today, but unfortunately when he was born he wasn't the most attractive child. In fact, his mother had the word front tattooed on him after a week. His father bought a new wallet and he decided to keep the photograph that came with the wallet rather than one with Shay. Shay came from a very poor family. They were so poor that when they went for a walk in Stephen's Green, the ducks threw bread at them. Coal was short in Shay's house. His mother would suck a hot peppermint and they'd all sit around her tongue to get warm. Shay's mother often gave the bones of her corset to make soup. Shay's dad was so long out of work, he had a social security stamp worth more than a penny black. His dad was caught trying to exchange Tesco stamps and social security stamps. He got 6 months in an electric kettle. Shay wasn't used to meat. First time he passed a butcher shop, he thought there was a traffic accident. They were the only family who had a fork in the sugar bowl. And now we move into Shay's school days. Shay wasn't the brightest lad. In fact, he was so long in secondary school, the other kids thought he was a teacher. He didn't mix well with the other lads, and he was often seen in the corner of the playground playing with himself. This eventually came to a head, and Shay was expelled.
Oh my God.
Now we move into Shay's career. His first job was sweeping the sins out of confession boxes in Mount Argus. He was sacked for pilfering. Then he decided to go into sales. He was selling the tips of cigarettes as toilet rolls for budgies. Said it was a shit job. Then he decided to go into business on his own. He got in touch with a Chinese exporter, and he bought 50,000 yo-yos. The boat sank off the Indian Ocean 47 times. Now we move